World of YouTube True Crime with Terrible Sight. Sorry for the darkness. But anyways, I wanted to go over a movie I just watched. If anybody has this channel, HBO, or this channel on 502 or whatever your HBO channels are, and if this movie comes up, I advise you to watch it. Stars Denzel Washington, Rami Malek. That is the guy who does Freddie Mercury. Once again, I love to notarize that kid to having a great performance of Freddie Mercury. He did an awesome, spectacular job on that character. Natalie Morales. And a deputy sheriff joins forces with a sergeant to search for a serial killer who's terrorizing Los Angeles. This actually came out this year, 2021. And a couple of things in this movie caught my eye. You know what? And it's pretty damn bad when you got movies or TV shows that come out with great details, all right, and things to look at, but for some reason in real life you can't get nothing solved right. Don't get me wrong, not all cases are bad. Some do get solved, but the ones that don't, I think it takes, a little bit more than what the friggin' books are allowed to do. And I want to say this movie does have a above the law, I shall call it, type situations. Sometimes there's gut feelings, and like I say, man, if there is that good enough cop to go above the law and to put all the other bad cops to shame, and they have that BALLS to do it, I think cases would get solved a little bit more. Yeah, that's right. And in this case, Denzel Washington is the, damn it. What do you call him? He is, say like the top dog cop. He does everything by gut instinct, which is a good thing, which I think that's a lot of what cops do these days. Get that gut instinct going. Not a lot of them do it. And I think this movie was made in my eyes to put out all the shameful things that some police departments do. Oh, can't do nothing. You need a warrant for that. You can't do that. You can't arrest that man. You just can't go on that gut instinct. No, you can't. You can't do that. No. But Denzel Washington being the, the experienced one, and, the guy who plays Rami there, plays Freddie Mercury, he's like the rookie. And there was a problem that happened with Denzel Washington, and, he was on a murder scene, and go figure, also this case that they're working, that he worked on. I want to talk about, I'm about to wonder what the hell they were thinking with this. And of course, it immediately shot me to Delphi Murders. And like I said, watch this movie. Highly recommended if you can get it. But the two girls that were murdered, but there was three altogether, but the serial killer was able to get two girls murdered. I don't know how he got the third one there without I think he stabbed her multiple times, but she got away. But I'll get into what happened to her in a sec. But the two girls were positioned on a rock. I wasn't able to take a picture of that. I did get a shot of a couple things, but to take the picture of that because I didn't know they were gonna show it at the time, and it was a last minute thing. But and the Denzel Washington talking, oh look, they're throwing a party or something, put them there and there. But the way they were laying on the rock, their arms were just like, hung up in their head and laid down like this or some type of, there you have it. Weird position. And why do serial killers intend to do this and he was going over it with the the Rami guy saying that, oh, he enjoys this. He does this for enjoyment. Just like the Delphi killer does it for enjoyment. And in the main thing in the story is Denzel Washington finally gets to, finding out who the killer is. But there is that brick wall. Yeah, that's right. There's always got to be that brick wall. There's always got to be right. By the books. You can't do that, not by the books. And the the Rami guy, I hope I'm saying his name right, Rami, he was told by the police chief, stop dealing with this guy, that Denzel Washington lost his mind, he lost his mind so bad his wife divorced him, he lost his 2 kids, and he went on a mental breakdown. And that led to the reason why he led to this mental breakdown. It was because the third girl in the murder case of his. And I think they were going maybe with it that it could have been the same serial killer that they were chasing. I think that's what I got with that. But I don't know, it was 8 years, prior. But of course the serial killer they did catch looked, rough and up there in age. So I think, I'm not positive, don't, take it, but I think that he might have been the one that did his killings. That's where he was going with it, maybe. But whatever the case may be, what it was is that he was looking through the woods, found a piece of evidence, Denzel Washington. And this was his case prior to the one he was asked to join. And he thought he saw the suspect in the woods. Instead of waiting, unfortunately, like he should have, like a cop should have, he got spooked and pulled the trigger, and it was the third victim. And I don't know, they showed a clip at the end of the movie because he was going through his memory and stuff. And supposedly, you pisser. This sucks. I hate when this does this. Supposedly, he, like I said, he was going through his memory. The girl woke up on the friggin' table, the examining table, the medical examiner, and looked at him. And I don't know, I think he pulled a bullet out of her chest, or a lady did that he knew. And I don't know if they was just imagining that, hoping she'd wake up. But whatever the case may be, there was his story. And they're trying to tell this Rami guy to stay away from him. He lost his mind. And yes, Denzel Washington could see and found out something that Rami. And he did something at the end of the movie. It was like, whoa. Now, what? Here's Denzel Washington in front of the killer. I had to take this picture because we got a nice 76 Nova. Too bad they had to put it in the killer's hands. But, he's, there's a for sale sign on the ground right there, as you can see. This Now, this is what I'm talking about going above the law. Denzel Washington isn't, not only is he a cop, but he's from out of town and they brought him up to help solve this case because he's because of his experience. And, yeah, that he went to the killer's house and he's talking to him. Oh, yeah, I was looking at your car here. I saw the for sale sign. You know, what a perfect way to get close to the killer. Now, to catch a killer, right, you either got to get in that killer's mind or you got to think like him. And that's exactly what Denzel Washington did. And he literally went into his apartment, too. Above the law. Some things gotta happen. Wink, wink, nudge, ideas. But, yeah, sometimes if you're wrong, you lose your license. Your license to practice in the law, you lose your badge. But this was a sure shot. And Denzel Washington pulled out of his madness that he went through. Losing everything and losing his mind, and but he continued to be a cop and everything. But he pulled it together, and he got deep into this guy's mind. He even followed him on the highway and was in another vehicle. But the guy caught on to him, following him, stopped on the highway, and because the killer knew they were on him. He was giving them hints, and there was a highway marker on the highway. How obvious it made it look that he was near a 911 phone, right? Calling up the head of the investigation, the Rami guy. And he asked him about, this marker, and he said the number, and he, camera pulls back, sees the number that he's talking about. So this guy was bringing him in the right direction of where the murder took place, of the missing woman. But the murderer, eventually got Rami to get in his car. And they're going to take a little ride. But he took him on a wild goose chase. I want to say yes, he was in the right place, but because this killer knew that they had nothing on him, he was toying with him. He was toying with him all along. But another thing, supposedly, there was bite marks on this woman or something. And as you can see, above the law, Denzel Washington brought this piece of pizza to the examiner here. And, now, before you jump the gun and what I said, don't match up. The bite mark don't match up. Now, one would say, see, that ain't the killer. You can't say that. You can't go on this. What's your point? What's my point? And, like I say, what is the matter with some, not all, investigators that they can't get their crap together right? Because not only did the bite marks not match up with the pizza, there's a catch. She was like, but wait a minute. She says, it don't matches up. But, and I think something came up that this guy came from another part of the state, United States. And somewhere in there that came up, I forget where. But the examiner said, but wait, he folds his pizza while he eats. And he's from the East Coast. I guess that's a thing we do over here on the East Coast. I know I do it a lot. When the pizza's floppy, I'll fold it. But if it ain't, I'll eat it normally. But a lot of times I catch myself folding pizza. The way to go, right? And that right there gave it away too. Him being the killer. when they brought him in the examining room to interrogate him, they brought in the shitload of pictures of the dead women. And right, this too was something that ticked them off. But, they were other cops were sitting there saying, this ain't him, it ain't him. You gotta stop bugging this man type thing, right? But Denzel Washington knew, because he called up and he, said something to Nami on the phone. I hope I'm saying his name right. Nami, I can't say it right. He said something, but when he got, Nami went to the chief, he was like, you gotta stop this. And he was trying to tell the captain, and at this time, the captain told him that they're bringing in the FBI. FBI's coming in. We gotta stop this nonsense. He was getting 2 days, he was getting kicked off the case. And what he said to the captain, he could tell and he could see, and you could see him. And that is with the serial killers. When they see something they have done, they'll be looking at their pictures with excitement, with their their expressions. Their expressions, and he was looking at him, he's like, oh, he's one point, man, it looked like he was getting off on the photo. He's like, oh, and doing the stupid crap. And right, Denzel Washington comes in and literally flips and tweaks. And the guy went right into a mode of, oh, you're getting mad, whoa. You see, you're trying to blame me, type thing. And I didn't do it. And, he was in denial, but you could see, and they were pulling it out of him, and so forth, getting him out of him. But I am not going to reveal the ending of the movie. But anyways, what did they do to the guy? Because I'll tell you, I'll only say this. I think another picture? No, that's it. What did they do to the guy? What did they do to the guy? Can't tell you what they do to the guy. That ruined the whole thing. You gotta go watch the movie. But I'll just say one thing. They got this guy, so... But the killer does bring him on a cat and mouse game. But, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry to tell you this. Just like every case that's out there right now. Just like, and this friggin' reminded me of the Delphi murders. This would remind me of that all frickin' day. Why? No evidence. They have evidence, it's not good enough. It's not gonna hold up in court. So, what happens to the murder, the serial killer? I mean, I'll tell you, they did find out, they did do some things, they went above the law, but what happens to the killer in the end? They have nothing on them, nothing. You send them on, the killer's sending them on a wild goose chase. But you gotta figure that one out, because you gotta go watch the movie, that's right. I know what happened. And I'm not surprised of what happened. It's called vigilante, above the law, justice. But I'm not gonna say nothing. You gotta watch it. It was a very unexpected ending, I can tell you that. But I will say this. Denzel Washington lost his mind due to the fact that, he accidentally shot a woman and thinking it was the perpetrator. And this guy, Hami, damn it, Rami, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna kick myself. I will tell you this. He, too, starts to lose his mind. But I'm not going to tell you what happens. But I can tell you this. Denzel Washington assures him everything's going to be right. But the killer Nothing you can do to the guy. Nothing. Because of lack of evidence. Not enough evidence. Nothing. But the ending, to me, mwah, spectacular masterpiece. And all I can say is, it is definitely something I would do. Other than that, you gotta check this movie out, man. It is very suspenseful. Denzel Washington, man, I'm not a real huge fan of him. He does kind of got some movies, but I like this guy, In this movie, you should get an Oscar for it. And so shouldn't Rami, man. Again, to me, this is something that should be looked into law enforcement to do. Because not always you're going to have that evidence. Not always you're going to have that, get-go to bang that door down. There's times when you got to go on a damn gut feeling. This gut tells me. This gut says. This gut is making me sick to say that man or that woman did this crime. And that's what this is all about. And I'm looking at it as, right, someone that wrote this story is trying to tell not all, but some of them law officers, investigations, murders, crime scene. Sometimes you gotta go just a little bit above the law to solve a case. That's right. Because when that killer like this one is arrogant like he is, and he's arrogant. Oh man, they even made him a friggin' awesome arrogant. He should get a award too, because, oh man, it's like I said, Denzel Washington flipped on him because this guy knows. He didn't even ask for a lawyer. That's how confident this man was. But right, you got that lack of evidence, and you got that lack of this and that, and you're just driven to madness about it. And that's what these cases are gonna do. Maura Murray, Molly Bish, Taj Narbonne, drive you mad. Delphi murders. And there's millions more cases that's gonna drive anybody mad. I mean, I'm not surprised that true crime right now is blasting through the roof, and I'm not surprised, how many people are getting into this, but I have gotten comments by people that say, hey, saying, hey, man, oh, man, this shit drives me crazy. It makes me sick, of course. And now, the Wells case, Summer Wells, still waiting for some new clues. And I'm telling you, man, it's just movies like this that come out make you think what is really going on behind closed doors, man. Not all law enforcement, but some of them crooked SOBs, some. And families at home that think, oh, they did it, I can do it. Because what do I need this person around for anymore? And don't get me wrong, these were, also street walking, girls in this movie. But hey, you know what? Them girls, man, should ask themselves why. You make lots of money, whoop-de-doo. You know what? You're the prey in that job. And I'm for damn sure there's a lot of them that get roughed up more than once. And when a serial killer comes, oh man, that's it, man. That's it. But there was an innocent girl on here, just a jogger, was dating a guy and they were jogging together. And she was a key thing to this case. But you gotta watch it to get the ending. But Denzel Washington says in the movie like 2 or 3 times, the little things, right there. The little things, the title. That's right, the little things. Sometimes the little things are what solve the case, are what keep your sanity, and are the things that should be done. The little things, like a little bit above the law, little things gotta be done. The correct stuff, and do it right and get it solved. The little things. Remember them 3 little words, the little things. Awesome movie, check it out. Reminded me of a lot of things I've been going over on cases is right. And I'll tell you, man, the little things is right. Till that next story, till that next video, be safe, take care, and beware. Because, right, a lot of them killers are still out there wandering, folks. But if you do the little things, maybe we can all get together, catch them, just stop them ourselves. Out.